Hey teachers, so a lot of you have been kind of asking about how do I create certain kinds of videos and so forth. And I know that doing screencasting tools, some of you are familiar with those, which is awesome. Some of you are probably familiar with, you writing on a whiteboard or something like that. But if you wanted to create something that's kind of like a document camera, where I'm kind of thinking more elementary teachers, where you might be demonstrating writing, demonstrating some manipulatives or something like that that you might have laying around the house, showing your kids how to do some of that for their own learning. This might be sort of a crazy looking makeshift crude setup here, but this is essentially how you could create a document camera in your own house in order to demo some of that stuff. So all I've got here is just whatever you can find to stack it high enough, because if I'm going to be using this space to show some writing skills, I want to make sure that my camera is going to be far enough away where it can capture everything. So what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to use my cell phone to capture this, which is great because once the footage is on your cell phone, then if you have the Google Drive app, you could easily upload it to your Google Drive. Or if you wanted to upload it directly to your YouTube account, I'll have a video coming out on how to do that as well. So that way you have the video somewhere where then you can then share the link with your students, whether that's through Seesaw or Google Classroom. So I'm going to go ahead and open up the camera app on my phone. And when I do, I'm on my video settings. And I don't want to capture this way because I want students to be able to see more left to right when I go to write. So I'm going to go ahead and turn my camera so that way it's horizontal, and I want to make sure that the corner, because most of our cameras are in the corner of our device somewhere, and mine's up here in the upper left hand corner. So I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to actually hit record on this on my phone, and then you'll be able to see the picture-in-picture here, so you'll see exactly what my phone is seeing. So I'm going to go ahead and hit record. So now, actually before that, I'm going to stop that. So before that, I want to check a few of the settings before I hit record. So what I'm going to end up doing is I'm going to set this, and I'm only going to hang it off the board as far as I need to in order to have the camera clear. So right now, I'm just going to set it on top here, and I am making sure that the board isn't in the way, and it's hanging off just enough, and as you can see, it's sitting on there just fine. And I can see the entire piece of paper. I got everything squared up in the video. And if I want to, I can even move the camera a little bit. I can even zoom in just on the paper. So using that digital zoom on my camera, I have that digital zoom. So like, oh, this is way too tall. Rather than just knock things off each side, I can go ahead and actually zoom in on the screen itself. And I might even say, okay, there's a lot of shadowing going on from the lights here in the room. So what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to turn on the flash as well. So that way my light is actually acting as a lamp. Just so you can get a little bit closer look. As you can see, I have my phone just sitting off the edge. So that way it's not completely falling off. And if I wanted to, I could hold something down on this edge to kind of make sure it stays in place. But then, as you can see down below, I have the camera off the edge as well as the light turned on, which gives me just a little bit of extra light. So if they wanted to see what's going on down below, they certainly could. So I'm just going to hit record. And so now, as you can see with my setup, you're seeing exactly what my camera is seeing. So if I wanted to, I can go ahead and just demo, say, particular writing skills. If I wanted to actually demo some math problems. If I wanted to demo essentially anything, if I had physical manipulatives for counting money or anything like that, I can capture it all with essentially just a downward shot while still being able to do that. Because let's be honest, sometimes when I'm teaching, I'm showing students on the table. Well, I want to be able to do that still without maybe putting that up on the wall and using it as a whiteboard. I can now use it as a table. And then when I'm done recording, hit stop. And I can make sure that everything's recorded that way. If you got any questions, let me know, but this might be another option for you.